Hey guys, Jack here, and today some news for Battlefield 1. A post has just gone up on the official website detailing the changes that will be made to the game based on feedback from the beta. Let's take a look now and discuss the fallout. So this is a post from Daniel Berlin, one of the lead designers on the game, at the start expressing that the team listened closely to all of the community's comments. He goes on to talk about Conquest next, one of the most hotly debated talking points from the beta, and based on the feedback it looks like Conquest will be going back kind of to the old system in a certain way. He says, when we build a new Battlefield game, it's important for us to try new things. We want to stay fresh and renew the franchise with each new installment. However, it's equally as important that we take the feedback that you, the community, are giving us. That is why we're going to be making changes to the Conquest game mode ticket system for launch. The next time you play the game, capturing the objectives and getting kills will both contribute towards the final score of a Conquest match. You have spoken and we have listened. Good news in my opinion. Removing kills from the equation certainly destroyed a legacy element on Battlefield in the beta. Medics were kind of useless, as were the planes and behemoths in a lot of respects, but now maybe that won't be an issue as much. However, the wording here doesn't give us all of the answers that we're looking for, and I don't think this is exactly the same as the Conquest system that we're used to in BF4. He says that capturing the objectives and getting kills will both contribute towards the final score of a Conquest match. Okay, so flags will score points, as will kills, but how many points though? Does one kill equal 1 point, or perhaps a percentage of a point? And it also begs the question, exactly how will this work? Let's say if I kill someone and my team's points are increased by 1 and then that person gets revived, will that then remove the point? Possibly. The reason I'm asking this is that if they've kept the counting up system from the beta, it won't be the act of respawning that loses a ticket for your team, but rather the act of killing that adds a ticket for your team. So some clarification on that would be awesome. We're going to find out sooner or later anyway, so it's not much of a big deal to be honest. Notice how it doesn't mention anything about ticket bleed here either, so that potentially won't be making a comeback, hence not being exactly the same as the Conquest that we're used to. So those are the upcoming changes to Conquest. We don't know the full details yet, like I said, but what are your initial thoughts on this? It seems like a mashup of old and new to me, but lots of people like the new Conquest system though, and it emphasises on PTFO gameplay being the only way to score points. But of course, now with kills coming back into the equation, being a big fragger may feel like you're actually making a difference now. Even the snipers camping on the rocks miles away from the objectives will be affecting the game. Good or bad thing? Let me know in the comments. There's going to be changes to Rush as well based on feedback, but no details there unfortunately. I imagine it's either going to be increasing the player count slightly or removing as many vehicles as there is. At the bottom of the post we get some cheeky info on other elements that will be changing around overall game balance. It says the light tank, which was a bit too effective in the open beta, will definitely receive some work, and we agree that horses can take a few too many rounds at the moment. We've also learned through the beta that you guys need more tools to deal with vehicles earlier on, which we'll definitely look into, including a gadget for the support class which should help neutralize powerful vehicles. So light tank definitely going to get a nerf. It was quite clearly the best tank in the beta, way better than both of the other tanks because it could be so effective in 360 degrees and it required no teamwork to use like the other tanks do. Was it OP? I still don't think so personally. I think it was a case of people not having access to all of the gadgets or tools, or even attempting or knowing how to take tanks out. But it looks like the light tank will take a hit in the full release of the game. Probably damage and health points, I would imagine. That's probably the easiest way to do it. Maybe even they're going to get disabled easier or something like that. Horses too, bit too strong. The cavalry guy wasn't supposed to have that much armor in the beta. That will be sorted for the full game. And interestingly there, the support class is getting a buff in the form of a gadget that should help with taking out vehicles. I think this is going to be something new, something that we haven't seen in the trailers or from the recent data mine. So not the mortar, but maybe instead like a short range weapon or a sticky bomb of some kind. We'll just have to wait and see. And from the language he's using there, I'm guessing that we'll probably see the AT rocket gun as an initial unlock for the assault class. Moving on, I'm not entirely sure if this deal is still available, but I thought I might mention it. I know that it ends today, but I don't know what time or if it's already ended, so I apologise if it has. But for the last few days or so, you could actually get all of the BF4 DLC for free. You just had to add it in your Origin or PSN or Xbox store if you hadn't already got it. Pretty cool nonetheless, so go and check on the store if it's still available, because it's a pretty easy and free way to get all of the DLC if you're not a premium member. In other news, we've had some demos come out recently, which I think are definitely worth checking out based on my experience with the games. Forza Horizon 3 currently got a demo on Xbox, and it's probably a game that I'm going to play on PC when it comes out. I'm definitely going to do a 4K video on it because it looks absolutely gorgeous. It even looks really nice on Xbox, to be fair, and it plays very well. The controls are a good blend between arcade and simulation. It's not too much of a sim that you're going to get frustrated at it, but it's got enough depth, I think, that it isn't super easy and arcadey either. It is limited to 30 FPS on Xbox One though, which isn't ideal for a racing game, but at least we're going to get higher FPS and frame rates when it comes out on PC. But definitely worth checking out the demo if you're interested in racing games. As well as this, the FIFA 17 demo has just come out, and I think that's on PC, Xbox and PlayStation. And I'm not about to throw FIFA gameplay up on the channel, don't worry, but it is interesting to me because this time around it's on the Frostbite engine, and it's got a bit of a story mode, which is pretty different for a FIFA game. I did actually download it to check it out. The graphics are nice, the animations are pretty sweet, and I'm pretty sure that if you're a regular FIFA player, you've already downloaded it and maybe you're having a blast with it. Looks good, plays well, and football, I know football's incredibly popular, or that's soccer to the American viewers. And lastly, it was the 100-year anniversary of the tank a few days ago, and to celebrate, it's quite obvious what you would do. Well, of course, you would drive a Mark V tank through London. Golly, a Mark V tank driving through Trafalgar Square is quite the sight, but it would have been a really good thing to see if you live close by or just happened to be working in the area. God forbid you didn't know it was happening and you just looked outside the window and saw a tank across the street. Would have been pretty scary maybe. Right then, that's about all for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. Do let me know your thoughts on that Battlefield news post in the comments below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, that would be awesome. A thumbs down if you didn't, and I'll see you in the next one.